In third place, his 8th podium finish of the season, and most importantly, as I was just saying, BAR Honda move ahead of Renault in the Constructors' Championship with just China, Japan and Brazil still to go. All races where BAR Honda fancy their chances, so they're on target despite the bittersweet taste of Button wanting to leave the team at the end of the season for a historic achievement for them, 2nd place. But what about this man, Rubens Barrichello, 32 years of age. It's his 8th career victory. It seems he's been around for such a long time, always the bridesmaid and so rarely the bride, but today he come up smelling of roses.
Yes, the one Ferrari driver that will talk to F1 ITV. We're always struggling to get Michael to speak to the British fans. Rubens always the most helpful, you'd have to say, of any of the drivers, and it's a lot of pleasure to see him taking a well-deserved victory. Got the job done. Jarno Trulli down in 10th place, does the fastest first sector of anybody in the entire Grand Prix. Who did he come as? What on earth is he doing?
Well, as I was saying before, he's unhappy with what's going on at Renault. Says his car just feels strange. Some people are saying that, well, maybe it's just inside his head that's gone a bit mushy since it's been announced that he's leaving the team at the end of the season. I couldn't possibly comment on that, but certainly some very bad feelings. And it's led, as you can see, with Alonso, his car being hoisted away, and Trulli finishing out of the points, it's led to Renault giving up that 2nd place in the Constructors. So that's one of the big stories coming out of this weekend, alongside the Ferrari 1-2 formation finish and the tears. The 2nd time he's won the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and this one will taste very sweet because he really won this purely on merit.
So Ferrari 1-2 then, as you've seen, Button for his 8th podium of the season, and of his career, of course, 3rd, Sato solid 4th. So 2 Ferraris, 2 BRs, Montoya 5th, and Coulthard hanging on to spoil the Williams 5 and 6. Coulthard then with a very solid drive. He'll be pleased with that one, I think. Pizzonia, though, kept him honest right to the line. Just 0.3 of a second behind him for 7th. And Fisichella did pull 8th place out of the bag and 1 World Championship point.
Who knows? If it had been dry, it might have been the fastest Grand Prix ever as well. But either way, it's given us tremendous entertainment here this afternoon at Monza. The Ferrari flags fly. Not an enormous crowd here this afternoon. Ticket price is very high here at Monza. Over £250 for a grandstand seat on the main straight. But those who did come have seen a tremendous spectacle. And Martin, always a challenge to ask you after an exciting race like that who your driver of the day is. So many contenders. Michael Schumacher's fight back, Barrichello's steadiness and consistency. Jenson Button really trying hard with the cutlass between his teeth to take this one. Who's your driver of the day?
Well, as you say, so many contenders. I think Coulthard definitely a contender there, and Montoya quite quiet actually, didn't he? Sato didn't quite have the raw pace. To say Button went well. Michael Schumacher, the fastest man on the racetrack by and large through the Grand Prix, but he did spin off, and Rubens made the brave choice actually of putting those inters on, and it looked horrible after about lap 4, didn't it? He kept his head, won the Grand Prix. My driver of the day.
Rubens Barrichello, driver of the day. I haven't said that too many times this season. It's been quite a quiet championship for Rubens Barrichello, constantly in the shadow of Michael Schumacher. 2nd place in Australia, 2nd in Bahrain, 2nd also in Spain, the Nürburgring, Canada, the United States, where Schumacher nicked the lead off him from the restart. Barrichello on pole on that occasion, but thinking he might win it, Schumacher was too canny for him on the day. He's finished every Grand Prix this year, all but one of them in the points, and finally, he's got the victory he so richly deserves. I make no apology for being ecstatic when Rubens wins a race. He's one of the nicest people in Formula One, and when he drives like this, as he did at Silverstone last year, and in Japan last year as well, there's very few in Formula One who can touch him for quality and style and sheer pace and bravery.
As we said earlier on, BAR moving up into 2nd place in the Constructors' World Championship. How much money would you put on that a year ago, James?
Absolutely. Well, they were pretty excited over the winter. They thought they'd found something, and they weren't wrong. There's Gabriella Della Colli, who is the race engineer of Rubens Barrichello, formerly with the Jordan team, made the move across. And those Brazilian girls have had a really good afternoon. They're going to party long into the night, aren't they?